Hey guys, this is Odd1 Gaming. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. It's Monday, and as always, on a Monday we have some interesting things coming to the game. This week we have, it kind of seems like this is already a theme, but it kind of seems like every week, every Monday, we either have an event that has the Prism Crystals, or we have something to do with the Altar of Souls, where we do have the Prism Jewels. So this time around, we're back to the Prisms, and it's a pretty interesting one. It's a pretty interesting one because this time around we do have the Lizardman pool, and the reason I'm saying it's pretty interesting is because of the legendaries involved, okay? So I guess the only two that maybe people might not be as impressed with would be somebody like a Fushan, if you're on the end game, and maybe even Krokmar. Like, he can be interesting, I guess, because he has some AoE potentials, but from my point of view, they're not like top tier. Fushan can enable some cool stuff for Dimalor, but if you have a Wix, well, you don't really need it. However, we do have Python, which is an amazing reviver and support. We do have Dracomorph, which is one of the few champions in the game that has AoE weaken and decreased defense, which is amazing because he places it, doesn't have to hit, so it doesn't matter the affinity. We do have Necmostar as part of this pool, which is, you know, kind of like the god tier of that one, and then we do have like a Teox. So this guy is a beast. I already have him because I was lucky enough to pull him when I pulled my 29 Sacreds when he was on the 10 times like 2 weeks ago. If you guys did not see that video, you should check it out. That was one of my best summoning sessions for Sacreds I've ever done, and I did have my baby girl Lily alongside to bring me that luck, because otherwise I don't think I would have gotten that lucky. I'm gonna link the video at the end for you guys to see, but this is it's a cool thing, and even though you're free to play, you might want to try and grab a few of these ones. However, it's been 2 minutes. Let me tell you, what am I talking about? What am I showing today? Well, as part of those Prism Crystals events, where are we gonna be able to get them? Well, we do have the Sand Devil Turn Attack come back to the game, and that's where we can grab 25 of those. 25 is the equivalent of doing a summon. So usually they introduce in the game like one or like 2, 3 maybe to get for free, and then the rest are, you know, you're able to buy. So if you want to try and grab this and have the Sand Devil Turn Attack, you know, to farm some Sand Devil, this is the time. So basically what I want to show you, even though I kind of like showed a quick sneak peek in a previous video where I showed the variation of a free-to-play one, I'm going to show you my record team, which you see the time over here. It's 9 seconds and 6 turns. This is my record. I'm not sure what I can do to make this even better, and this one doesn't even require a reset. However, it does require some specific things. This team is, I'm gonna say now, 99.99% successful, unless I get really bad RNG and I get double resisted on 2 bad debuffs on my debuffer. Then it can fail. However, it only happened once, and funny enough, it was on camera last time where 2 of the debuffs were resisted. However, this one works pretty consistent. Even if one of the debuffs is resisted by Romantu, it still works. So what's the team? We do have Sifi, which is the best champion in the game for doing a strategy where you want to explode it, because she is guaranteed to put the boss to sleep because he's gonna have more than 50% turn meter. So I'm not gonna have the 3% for this team as I would have with somebody like a Kaimar, which he can also weak hit, Mugstalker, Cornelia, Adeline, which I showed. They can be 3%ed, not land at sleep, and then it can fail. However, Sifi, she's guaranteed to land at sleep. Then the next one's going to be Romantu, which it doesn't have to be a Romantu. The other one that you can use to replace Romantu would be a Riho Bone Spear. And those are kind of like the best 2 options. It can work with other people, but it might not be as consistent or as safe, this team specifically. The reason why they're so good is because they bring a lot of debuffs, and decreased defense and weaken are the important ones as well. So that's the second one. Then I do have 3 enemy max HP hitters. I have 2 Gnuts. You know, one of them was the fusion, the other one was lucky enough to pull. And then I do have Marius, the Gallant, which, you know, everybody can get for free, but it's gonna take a while, okay? So this is the team. Let me just run it to show exactly how it works. And basically, this team requires one specific thing in order to work apart from the champions. And that's going to be your last champion that goes into rotation to have the Soul Reap. As you can see, we got a turn, and Soul Reap finishes it off. if I didn't have Soul Reap, it would not work as easy. Maybe I could tweak it around by having a Giant Slayer on my Marius and maybe having War Master on my Romantu, but this way I'm basically using my people and the build that I'm using in every other area of the game. I don't have to change them, and that's what I like about this team. That's why I'm happy that I managed to do it this way, because at the end of the day, when you have powerful champions such as Sifi, I only have one. When you have powerful champions such as Gnut, you have one or two of them, you wanna be able to use them everywhere in the same build. So for this one, the tricky thing was you kind of wanted them to be a little bit slower. Normally I had them like 270. So I had to bring them a little bit slower, but not too slow so that my 5-9 team doesn't fail. And then at the same time, same principle, Romantu. You wanted to have high enough accuracy, Marius the Gallant, you want to have high enough speed so he's useful, and the right builds. Well, in these builds that I'm going to show you, they're going to work just perfect. But as you can see, this one works just fine. I'm just running as I'm trying to see if I get one of them resisted, one of the debuffs. Basically, if one of the debuffs gets resisted, it still works, okay? Don't worry about that, because even if the boss gets a turn, Stiffy comes, she boosts the turn meter, puts increased speed, and then our people go with the other hits, and we still finish the boss off, okay? Like I said, the only way that this one fails is if two debuffs get resisted, and one of the two is the increased defense. I think even if like the the decreased defense and maybe decreased speed, if those two still land, this run is still working. I've done a few, I think like 200. Okay, so we have one debuff resistor. Let's see how it looks. So we did not land the decreased speed. Okay, boom, 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 almost dead. Boss is almost dead, and just one more hit. Okay, so it did not work. If the decreased speed does not land, it's a fail. Again, this has not happened. I did 200 runs. The only time it failed was once when I showed you the run with in the other video where I had two debuffs not landing. But apparently, if the decreased speed does not land, we don't get a turn, and that's how it fell. So keep that in mind. I'm showing you exactly as how I have it, exactly how it works. I don't usually like to try to hide failures. Okay, like I'm doing several runs on purpose because, like, I'm not trying to attack anybody or talk about like some specific or any other content creators, but I've done this myself in the past. I've seen some other videos where you see the video, you see the run going once, and then it's like, you try to copy it, it doesn't work. So, and there's not always all the information, so I'm trying to show this, that like, you saw how it failed, you saw that it failed, you saw how it failed, and there's ways to fix it. Like I said, one of the ways to fix it would be to give Marius either Giant Slayer or War Master, for example, because you saw we had a little tick of HP that we did not do, and if we did have War Master or Giant Slayer, or same thing for Romantu, then maybe that would have killed the boss. Obviously, it is a slight variation with those debuffs not landing, if you do land the Giant Slayers on the Gnut or not, because I have two of them, so they might not land. But let's look at the preset. It's pretty straightforward. Sifi opens the A1 just to put the boss to sleep. Romantu prioritizes the A2, okay, just to put all the debuffs. Then both the Gnuts, or Newts, as somebody wants me to say it. If you're somebody that's from a Scandinavian or a Nordic country, like, with all the Vikings and all that history, let me know, how do you actually pronounce this correctly? Because I have somebody that keeps telling me in comments that you're supposed to read it Newt, but as far as I know, from if you want to pronounce it the Nordic way, it's Gnut, okay? You do read the G and then you say the Nut. So let me know if you're somebody that's from a Nordic country, because I'm really curious. But when it comes to them, they prioritize the Blessed Bash, obviously, and then Marius prioritizes the A2, which is obviously the max HP. If you don't have a second Gnut, I'm not 100% sure if it would work with a Crazy Out, because she only does 2 hits. Whereas this way, without the reset, okay, this is the variation without the reset. Without the reset, it's not gonna work. You kind of need those 3 max HP cap hits in order to do it, otherwise it's not gonna be enough. Now let's have a quick look at the builds. I'm gonna try to not keep you guys too long over here. So my slow one that has the Soul Reap over there, it's a 5-star. It might work as a 3-star as well, but I don't think so. Okay, you need a 5-star, 5 or 6-star in order to be able to do it, and it doesn't have to be on Gnut, it can be on Marius, as long as the person that has the Soul Reap goes last in the rotation. Okay, so for me, he's the one that goes last, this Gunut goes last. He's 254 speed, 100% crit rate, 332 crit damage. You don't need that much crit damage. It's just the 5-star gave me that much. And then 5k attack, and then enough accuracy to run some stuff. I have no bonuses. Just to be clear, there's no bonuses for Sand Devil. And then the Mastery, Giant Slayer, and Support Tree. Then the second one, same Masteries, same in the lethal gear. This one's the faster one, 258, 100% crit rate, 262 crit damage, 5.3k attack, good accuracy. Again, everybody in this team is gonna be fully booked. Then we have Sifi. Sifi is just in my everyday build, 6-piece protection. I'm still waiting for the 9th piece. I'm still waiting for the protection amulet so I can finally get her in 9-piece protection so I can get 15% more damage whenever she does her A2. And she's just really fast. She's in basically my arena build and Hydra. 370 speed, and then nothing else really matters. These are her masteries. Then we have Ramantu. He's in the arena build. Again, just full perception and no revenge. He has 826 accuracy. You want him to go after before the boss gets a turn. The boss has 270 speed. So you want your Mantu to be 271 minimum so that he can do the debuffs before the boss wakes up. Otherwise, you cannot place them, obviously. That's why he's like 277, and then everybody else is slower. So we give the boss a chance to wake up. Because if we wake up the boss before he gets a turn, by hitting him, by doing damage, his turn meter gets shot to the, towards the end. And if you have that situation like I showed you where you don't quite kill it and you need to go and have like 1 or 2 hits with Sifi boosting and everybody else, then you're not gonna get that chance. Yeah, this is Ramantu, and then Maris the Gallant, he is in 6-piece Merciless because I love him for everywhere, and especially Hydra. He's running at 255 speed, 100% crit rate, 5.5k defense, 267 crit damage, don't care about the accuracy. And then masteries, I run him Health Smasher, but maybe I should debate, you cannot see because he's behind me, but maybe I'm debating, maybe I should run Giant Slayer or I should run War Master. I would prefer Giant Slayer because this is what I care mostly about. Whenever he has it, I want him to use this A2, so I might try it out because I usually like a little bit more consistent things, but well, Giant Slayer isn't that consistent either because it's only 30%, so I guess I'm just gonna stick with Health Smasher for now. But anyway, this is gonna be it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, consider liking this video, subscribing to the channel to see when I upload next. I think tomorrow I'm gonna make an updated guide on Ninja because there's more and more people that are actually using Ninja. Just a quick sneak peek, I guess. It's gonna be the regen build. That's, from my point of view, the best endgame build for your Ninja to use them in most areas of the game. But anyway, thank you all for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.